Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Meadsyreplays, and today we're going to be looking at another look at the Object 252U. Is the tank OP? In my opinion, the tank is not OP, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a contributor. I'm not saying that because I own the tank. Well, in a way, I am saying that because I own the tank. I know how it plays. And to be honest, I don't know if it's me, but I'm not doing the greatest in this tank. I mean, my last battle was just under 4k, but I still can't ace the tank. Now, I can't ace the tank because there are so many good players playing the tank who can make the tank actually work. So that is the difference between being OP and not OP. It's the actual players that are making the tank work. Now, I'm not saying for a second that the tank is not good. The tank is brilliant. It really is a good tank. Now, you're going to see a couple of battles. Mystic here, and he's going to bounce a few shots, but then again, he's just been penned by that T-43 from that distance. Now, for me, people are complaining that the armor is just too good, but it's got a great turret. And for me, you can't side scrape in this tank. I mean, the correct angle, then yes, but you're going to see a battle the next where he tries to side scrape and he gets penned by a T-44. However, you can hold down in this tank. But just because you can hold down in this tank, it doesn't mean it's OP. It's just a hold down tank. You can hold down in lots of different tanks. Any IS tanks, ST1. There's so many tanks that you can hold down, and it doesn't make them OP. Now, this battle is a brilliant battle. Don't get me wrong, and it's a 3 versus 6. Yes, the return of Kieran is back. It's been a while since Kieran has featured, mainly because I do the majority of my videos now at work. But I had a bit of free time this morning, so we are going to make a video. So this battle, it's a 2 versus 6, and fair play to the Louver on his team. He does a fantastic job, and you can see the Louver focus firing with Mystic, which is great. Now, Mystic is only on 600 HP. And a spoiler alert, they do win this battle, but that's not because the tank is OP. Yes, he's getting bounces, but I mean, just look at the enemy. Look at the enemy team. And again, the IS is focusing. This J Panther, I don't know why he didn't push with the IS, maybe because the Louver is there. But it was a bad enemy, and that's what makes this tank look OP. It's the people that don't know how to deal with it. Now, these all could be 30 to 40% players. Now, Mystic goes for the German Bulldog there, which was a great decision. Now, he's up against a Panther 2 and a 4 HP VK 100. All they need to do is the Panther 2 to shoot him once and the VK to shoot him once. And this VK, he is not so skilled. And to be honest, I have no idea what he is doing. And it's players like that that make this tank look good. Now, the Panther 2, you can see frontally, no problem whatsoever, and he does try the angle, and he does get the bounce, so he can go for the Panther, get rid of him. Now, just watch this VK. Like, what's he doing? Why did he start going the other way? Like, he's a one-shot, 433. The VK can do over 500 damage. Why did he do that? But fair play to Mystic. He's now got into a position where he's going to push the VK, but he can see that the VK hasn't quite got the gun depression until he goes back. But this time he is in a position where he can bounce. Now, the VK bounces. He's now on 2,500 blocked damage. And the VK is a one-shot. However, Mystic is shooting APCR, so he's not going to do high rolls. He's going to do a low roll, and you're going to see that does almost pay the consequence because he doesn't quite kill him in one shot. And you're going to see he's being very, very cautious, which is what you need to do. And it's probably why 274 roll. Even with APCR, that's a bad, bad roll. So that's probably why I'm not doing great in this tank. I don't seem to ever do good in tanks with great armor because I expect bounces. So I YOLO and I don't bounce because I YOLO, I'm not in the correct positions. But get this tank into the correct position and yes, it can be OP. But that's because of the position. It's not so much the tank. 5,200 damage, nice ace, and to be honest, it was quite an easy ace because that was just a bad enemy. Now next up we have Rock and Roller, and he's going to do, again, a fantastic job, and he's going to make the tank look OP. I know a few players like Bushka has said that the tank is OP. Fair enough, if you believe the tank is OP, then you are entitled to an opinion, and I'm not going to moan at anyone that says the tank's OP. If the tank is, I believe, OP, I will say it's OP. Hence, like, the Dracula. The Dracula is OP. The Hellzen is OP. The Tier 8 Chinese TD is OP. These are OP tanks. Now, this is, I would say, is probably borderline OP. It's borderline OP. It can be dealt with very easy if you get around it, if you shoot that bottom plate. I mean, the bottom plate on this thing is absolutely massive. And even when you try it and side scrape, if you show that bottom plate at all, then you're going to get penned all day long. And that's, for me, why this tank is not OP. It's the only reason I think this tank is not OP, is because it's got such a big bottom plate. Now, if it had a bottom plate like that IS-6, then yes, it would be OP. But the bottom plate is just absolutely massive. And because of that, I just believe the tank is not OP. But it's a great tank, and I'm lucky to have the tank. I'm lucky I bought the tank because it really is a good tank. I'm not going to deny that. And you're going to see Rock and Roll here. He hasn't got a kill yet, but it's 4 against 6. And he doesn't want to come out sideways, but you can see that the IS-3 is a one-shot. So he takes out the IS-3, putting it down to a 4 versus 5. Now, it will change very quickly, even though all of his team are basically full HP, except for that M6. So it's now 3 versus 5. He's going to rush the Tiger 2 because he is on his own. There is a few TDs. You're going to see an RHM just pop up. And again, he does get the bounce. But that's because of the position he's in. He's got that just enough hill in front of him to cover his lower plate. And he's going to poke out and he's going to get another shot on the Tiger. But his team are also getting shots on the Tiger. The Tiger's now a one-shot. He gets shot from the T-44 on the side. Yes, he does bounce, but to be honest, all the IS tanks are troll on the side. All of them. So that doesn't make the tank OP whatsoever. Now he's going to get a shot on the SU-152, which is fantastic because it puts him down to a one-shot. 525 roll into him. So he's now a one-shot. So it allows him to go and push on the RHM. So he's going to load up the HE. He's going to get quite a low roll, actually. But the RHM does take out the J Panther, and the T-44 does take out the Tiger. So now it's a 1 versus 3 situation. But to be honest, I'm not taking away the fact that Rock and Roller does a fantastic job. But he can win this in a tier 7 medium tank. Because there's a 2 one-shots. He's just taken out the RHM. And there's a T-44. And he's full health. He is full health, and he's in a really, really good tank. So the SU-152 is a one-shot. The T-44 is full health. But just watch this T-44. It's players like him and in the other battle that make this tank look OP. Look, just look at the position he's in. He's in the open. And Rock and Roller comes out sideways, and you can see he got penned by a not-so-skilled player easily. and the T-44 isn't that great of a player. Again, I'm sorry for the noise. Kieran hasn't been around for a while, and he just wants to make a scene. So the cap point's now nearly on 90, so now Rock and Roller thinks it's time to go and push. And again, the angle, the SU-152 hasn't got great pen on its heat, and he gets a nice bounce. So yes, he's bounced 3,000 damage. He's got 5,200 damage, and he's going to get one more shot in on the T-44 just before he goes around the corner. And now it's just a HE roll. And you can see there, in the open, you're going to get penned all day long. You don't even need to be a good player to pen this tank. As I've said, the bottom plate of this tank is really, really big. So that for me is why the tank is not OP. But again, it's still a fantastic tank. So 3,000 block damage there, 5,600, which makes that #1 in the Hall of Fame at the moment. So thank you guys for sending me those replays. I actually got so many Object 252 replays, but they were, for me, were the best ones to show. But for now, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm Meadsyre69, and I'll catch you.